What's up, Rubits? Little Big Robots back with an update video, or a video that I am now updating you with, or something like that. Um, I got a new setup. As you can see, I'm experimenting a little bit more with a more casual setup, but also something I've been wanting to do for a while, which is to simplify my background, my collection, basically store as much as I can, and in these cubes behind me or around the office, um, create little like single setups and that I can change out each week. Um, but I also got this new webcam. It's the Instant Link 360. I'm experimenting with that right now. It's got like a gimbal and face tracking and all this fun stuff, which I really won't use. But I wanted a good 4K cam that I could set up and use and just have permanent, so I can just sit down and go. Because one of the issues I have is that it takes 30 minutes or an hour to get some setups going. Some of them I just hook up my phone and use my Yeti mic with it, and that works okay. But I wanted something that I could have permanently set up in a way so I can sit down and go for it and not have to worry about redoing it every time. So anyway, you're going to be seeing some of that over the next few weeks as I get stuff going. You're going to see a few videos after this that were made with the old setup. So there's going to be some going back and forth. I also have been meaning I need to do a review of my Steam Deck right here. I've been meaning to do that. I've got a beer making kit I want to review. So I've got a lot of non-toy like stuff coming up. More doll reviews with my wife because she collects dolls and they're getting crazy good. And so tonight I just wanted to do a quick review of this, which this is not, as you can see, is not an action figure. It's not a robot, but this is part of I'm doing a video on scales. So like the different scales of toys and stuff like that. Not miniature scales, but like, 1/16, one whatever. And I'm using the discussion of scales for my an introduction into wanting to get to write a new book, because I wrote a book years ago. It's okay. It's a little science fiction book, and I wanted to write a new one. So to do that, I thought, well, it'd be really fun, and I'll cover this all in the scales video. It'd be really fun is to use custom figures that I make to introduce the characters to the story, similar to like you'll see some doll channels and stuff like that have a little bit of like a little world, and they use their dolls, they give them names and stuff, and it's kind of like they have their own little lore. It's really fun. So I thought it'd be interesting to kind of build the characters in the world as I write the story. I thought that would be fun. And so I'm trying to decide which scale I want to go for, which scale I want to use for these figures. Right now I'm leaning towards the 4-inch, which would be 1/18 scale, basically. Somewhere around there because of the flexibility. But I really, really love the, what they call 6-inch scale. It's not a scale, that's a size, but whatever scale that is, I forget. It's like oh goodness, what is it, 1/15 or something? Anyway, whatever it is. And I really like that scale a lot. How do you not get this thing out of here? Gee, Christmas. And so I just started assembling all the scales that I have, and one of the ones that I had missing was 1/9 scale. This is 1/9 scale. It was a really kind of a strange scale. This is Breyer. Breyer makes these horses. If you ever go into like here in Austin, Texas, we have a place called Terra Toys, and Terra Toys makes these kind of this line of horse toys. And what's great about them is it's real detail and stuff like that. And I was saying this in a video before, and I mean it, that dolls are now becoming as you can pose them as much. They have bending knees and stuff, and posability, just like an action figure. And a lot of them have easily equivalent to action figure. Not only that, but then they have these really detailed parts like clothes and other items you get with it. This is I just got this on Amazon to get a 1/9 scale figure. This is the Breyer's 1/9 scale, and she's a veterinarian. Now I think these might be a lot more doll-like, not as posable and what have you. But we're gonna see if I can open it and take a look at it. So one thing I want to, let me get a pair of nippers here. Little nippers. One thing I want to do with my project is really do customs. So something like this, it might not seem like much, but she comes with all these different components and stuff that you might be able to use later. And I keep hitting the desk, so this is a good test for this little camera's. It's supposed to hold it pretty steady. Like I said, it's on a little gimbal. It's really a tiny little gimbal. I wish I'd show it. Maybe I'll review it once I get it going, but I don't want to get back into tech reviews too much. It's a bit boring. But, you know, there you go. Let me see if I can get this open here. So I hope everybody is doing okay out there while you wait on me to get this open. I hate these things. This is why I don't do this is why I don't do unboxings anymore. Because stuff just takes forever. So, for example, she's got her little doctor's bag. There you go. Let's see if we can get the focus here. I'm still learning the focus kind of this particular camera. Does it open? That's the question. Don't tell me this doesn't open. Look at that. It looks like it does not open. Are you serious? I'm opening it wrong. Well, I mean, it comes apart. That's kind of crappy. I was hoping it would open like a regular bag. But then you got her. Let's get her out of here real quick. And I'll go over. This is, like I said, an interesting scale, 1/9 scale, which you don't really see a lot of. So far, I'm finding out that I really enjoy like the 7-inch McFarlane figures, which I can't remember what scale those are. You know, I'm really enjoying getting to know the different scales and what they offer. So here she is, and she's going to be a veterinarian. Cool looking outfit and stuff like that. Again, when you compare to like a action figure, a standard action figure these days, something like this is not going to be. Now, granted, it was only $12 or something like it. It's not going to be nearly as, you know, as detailed, but she's got wrist articulation. Her arm moves up and down. You know, it's not. Again, I'm not making this argument to kind of beat a dead horse. Oh, good joke, get it? But because I think it's just an interesting comparison. She has all the posability that you would with like a good action figure, but her joints are quite loose. I don't know if that's an intentional or if that's how they normally like to do it. I just realized I'm recording this not on 4K. That's all right. So she's pretty interesting. Oh, and good. It's just Velcro on the front, so you can take that off. Very skinny. She even has like a waist crunch, her head. So everything you can really imagine doing with action figures, you can pretty much do with something like this 1/9 scale. See, I'm experimenting here, I got to get the lighting right. Lighting might be a little bit too much, you know, a little blown out there. Camera's not bad though, but I'm still getting it. I'm just looking for something that is not my phone camera, so it's easier to mess with. But she's pretty cool. That's a 1/9 scale. Then you go all the way down to like some of my favorite scales, like 1/60, which would be these little guys. So I'm going to be trying to cover. See the difference here? That size compared to that size. So I'm trying to cover that entire gamut of the entire line of scales to show how different lines exaggerate more. And there's huge differences in some lines between like a female character might be way smaller in some scales, and in some others it's huge. Tabletop is a whole nother thing because it's so small. They're really using a creative system of scaling to keep stuff looking a certain way and keeping it consistent. So anyway, just thought I'd pop out a quick video testing out the new camera. I didn't do it on 4K. I'll try the next one. I'll see how that looks. But this will be interesting to see how 1080 looks as well. So, but I'll see you again soon. Be doing a lot more videos. I'm just now getting caught up to everything. So thanks for watching.